Previously, my process evolved over a period of months from Agile to Waterfall. The new process was more efficient, but it wasn't long before I learned a hard lesson. It seems that Waterfall can bite. Welcome to Development That Pays. My name is Gary Strawn, and this is Professor David Myddelton of Cranfield University. What little I know of finance and accounting I owe to this man. His classes were borderline terrifying. Woe betide anyone who failed to prepare for a lecture. But Professor Myddelton was not without a sense of humour. Like the time he told us it was trivial to make a fortune on the stock market. Really? He had our attention. He told us that it was so trivial that only two things had to be true. Number one, you have to do something different from the rest of the market. We couldn't think what the second thing would be. Some of the investment banking types were brave enough to take a stab at it. He waved each suggestion away. Finally, he put us out of our misery. To make a killing on a stock market, you, number one, have to do something different from the rest of the market, and number two, you have to be right. Nice one, Professor. Thank you. In the previous episode, I described how the process I use for making videos has changed over time. If you'd like to check it out, you'll find a link somewhere on or around this video. Go on, it's okay, I'll be waiting here for when you get back. Want a quick review anyway? Man makes videos in an iterative fashion. Let's call it an agile process. Man is unhappy. Each video takes 10 to 20 hours to make. Man optimises process. Man ends up with something that looks like a waterfall process. Mike Jones left a fantastic comment on YouTube that included this much more eloquent review. You have shown us how to apply lean principles by reviewing your end-to-end value stream and removing waste and rework. Mike, you're absolutely right. My process has come a long way since those early days. My new waterfall process works well, really well. Except when it doesn't. And when it doesn't, well, let's just say those are the weeks my family still talk about. Let's change this a bit. Perhaps some brighter colours, make the circles into labels, and change the length of those bars. Writing the script is the longest battle that develops over the course of a few days. Recording the audio is quick, visuals, and then editing it all together. Yeah, that looks about right. On a good week, that's more or less how it pans out. On a bad week, the visuals take way longer. I'm not talking 10% more, I'm talking 100% more, at least. Now, I don't have the luxury of taking my sweet time about it. The videos go out on Wednesday at 2 PM, come hell or high water. I've got myself a cast iron, fur-lined, ocean-going, hard deadline. I'm committed, I have to find the time. Even if finding the time means getting up at 4 AM. I'm sure you can guess what this does to my mood. I never need to tell my family when I'm having this kind of week. They just know. Funny that. And the worst thing about the whole sorry situation, it's that I'm acutely aware that this ugly pile didn't happen by accident. There's a clear cause and effect here. Some bloody idiot wrote something into the script over here that led to all this extra work over here. I am quite literally the author of my own destruction. That's literally the author, not quite literally my own destruction, although the sleep deprivation does make me feel pretty destroyed. Turns out that fixing this is trivial. So trivial, in fact, that only two things need to be true. Number one, the script has to be completed in a timely fashion. And number two, anyone? It has to be right.
Huh?
Right in what way? Well, right in and of itself, a half-decent story with a start, a middle and an end, that kind of thing. But also right in a less obvious way, right for the next process. Scriptwriter Gary needs to be aware of the visual implications of what goes into the script. If he puts something in there that requires a ton of video work, then designer Gary, I said designer Gary, thank you, then designer Gary is going to have a bad week. Scriptwriter Gary is about as well positioned as it's possible to be to produce the right script for designer Gary. Genetically perfect, born to do it. And yet Scriptwriter Gary manages to create a script that is right only about 60% of the time. Not a very impressive hit rate. You've heard it said before, perhaps even here on Development That Pays, that waterfall works well for processes that are well understood. I guess until now I hadn't realized just how well understood the process needs to be. I'll end today with a confession. The video you're watching now was not produced using this process. I ditched it weeks ago. I've swapped efficiency for something that's much more important to me. Can you guess what it is? I'll reveal all next time. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your network, and click the logo for a brand new episode every Wednesday. I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers for now.